Hi. In this video, we're going to continue looking at Google Drive, and we're going to talk about creating things that are equivalent to Microsoft Office files, things like documents and spreadsheets and presentations. In Google, a Word document is called Google Doc. In a spreadsheet that would be like Excel in Microsoft Office is called Google Sheets, and a presentation that would be like PowerPoint is called Google Slides. And so in this video we're going to show you where you can create those files in your Google Drive.
Okay, here I am in Google Drive, and I am in the list view. I'm going to zoom in on some of these icons so you can see what's here in my drive. Remember that you can add files to your Google Drive that are things such as a PDF, and you can see on here the third one, fourth one from the top ends in a PDF, and there's another one near the bottom that's called Gewand Mailing List, and that's an Excel spreadsheet. But there are other icons in here that are documents that are Google's special format. So the one that's highlighted in yellow right now, that is a document. Now it says .jpg on the end, but it's actually a document with that picture on it. Or you can see, let's get the one highlighted up near the top, image map. That icon with the red square with the circle and square, that's a Google drawing. There are others, like if you go down and you look at the one that's highlighted, the Robbinsdale Teacher of the Year form, that one is a form, and so you can see it's green. A couple below that, the responses, that one is a spreadsheet. So there are all these other document types that Google allows you to create. And so the way you do that is you look on the upper left side, this Create button right here, and then it's going to give me some options. Now you may very well have fewer options than me. I've been using Google Drive for a while, and so I've installed some other Chrome apps like Floor Planner and GeoGebra File, and so you won't have those. But we're going to focus for the purpose of this video on things documents, presentation, and spreadsheet. And we're just going to show very quickly how to create each one. So I will click on Document. The first thing you'll notice is this is an untitled document. Google doesn't really cause you to need to save. So you don't do save as to name it. You actually click right up where it says untitled document. You click there, and it's going to give me a box where I can type the name of my document. And so I'm going to call this Delete Me Later. And I'm going to say OK. I just hit Enter. And here, what you see is just a blank page. There's all sorts of formatting, although not nearly as much as Word. And so that's even prompted some teachers to say that this might even be developmentally more appropriate than Microsoft Word when we're teaching students, because it has quite a bit as far as options go, but it doesn't have too many. And so I can very quickly type a paragraph here and do all the other sorts of things, or if I wanted to highlight that and change the font size if I wanted, or if I wanted to make it italicized, or if I wanted to move it over a little bit, make it bold. All of the formatting things you're used to, you can create. And so this Google document is going to be shared in your Google Drive. And so I'm going to go ahead and just close it by closing the tab at the top. And you'll notice I didn't save, but there is Delete Me Later right at the top. I can see this is when it was last modified. And I actually have my drive organized by last modified because I clicked on that. And so I can see that at the top. Another thing we could create, again I'm going to that Create button right there, is let's do a spreadsheet next. And this is like Microsoft Excel. Again, I can click up here and I can put a name for this. And I'll call this click OK. And in these cells then, I can put headings, like this. 1, and if I hit tab, I'll go across. 2, if I hit enter, I would go down. And so I can put, keep hitting in, and so on. And you can do all the sorts of formulas and averaging and look at graphs and everything else that you can do in spreadsheets. And when I'm done with this, I would just close it. And you will see Spreadsheet Demo then is appearing in your drive. There it is, right there. So I didn't have to save it again. The last thing I'm going to demonstrate how to create is a slideshow. And they call it presentation in there. That's like PowerPoint. And you're met with some options. Sometimes Google adds new features, and so you'll see these little yellow boxes. Like I see on here, it says slides go wide, presentations now start out widescreen. And so I can change that in the page setup. It tells me I'm going to dismiss this message, but there you see, I have those. Okay, so I have a box checked that says show this for new presentations, and what this is like the theme. And you can even get really fancy and import a theme from somewhere else, but let's just take the, I like this one called Dark Gradient. And that theme is nice. It's going to allow me to, I think the text will start out white on there, but you'll have that dark background. And so I'll say OK. And now I start out with a slide, which is a title slide. So I'll just say title here, and I don't even want to add a subtitle. Now, I can go ahead up to the top here, and I can add different types of slides. Now, if I would have just clicked plus, it would just add a typical slide, which is a title at the top and then content. If I wanted to, this is highlighted, and I can even, I'm on a desktop now, I could right-click on that, and I could change the theme of this, or I can apply a layout here. I could say, oh, you know, I really wanted a title and 2 columns, so let's do that instead. And then it changes that. Again, like PowerPoint, you can do all sorts of things. You can insert videos, and you can put pictures in there, and you can even draw in there, and you can apply certain layouts to or backgrounds to just a few of your slides or not. And so it's a full-featured presentation program. I better put a title on this. I almost forgot, so I'll click up there and say best presentation ever. And we'll say OK. And now I'm going to close it. And now you'll see in my drive, here are these 3 files that I just created. The last thing I'm going to do is go ahead, let's organize these into a folder. So let's create a folder. We did this in another video, but this is going to be called the demo folder. And I'll say create. And then I can check the boxes next to all 3 of those, and I can just organize them into that folder. I can also grab them and put them in the folder like this, so I think I'll demonstrate that instead. And that's that.